Today, I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to tell you that it was perfectly okay for J.B. Phillips to write, "Don't let the world around you squeeze you into its own mold." Hi, I'm David Daniels from Chick Publications. Before I go any further, let me read you Romans 12:2 in a real Bible. "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God." Now that is what God said. This is what J.B. Phillips interpreted it to mean. Listen again. Don't let the world around you squeeze you into its own mold. Why, what could be wrong with that? Well, first of all, this assumes, J.B. Phillips does, that is, that the world is squeezing you into its own mold and is saying, don't let it happen. Well, that's interesting and a great analogy, but what about what's happening around us now, where everybody's trying to fit into the world's mold? You see, that's another way of looking at it, and either one of them is acceptable as an interpretation. Just don't call it the Scripture. Don't call it a Bible. That's man's interpretation. Again, it says, be not conformed to this world. What's that referring to? It's referring to the end result. The end result is, don't look like the world at the end. Don't make your shape, don't let your shape end up looking like the world's shape. Now, does that mean I want a new Bible with those words in it? No. Great sermon illustration. But we start where? Do we start with man's interpretation, or do we start with the true words of the living God? This is where we start. Don't accept anything else. J.B. Phillips wrote back in 1958 about a young Greek student trying to make his own translation of the Bible. It says, and if, with only a small knowledge of Greek, he should try to make his own translation, so much the better. Really. It says that the truth will break over him afresh, as it does over every translator, ancient or modern, professional or amateur. Oh, that sounds beautiful, doesn't it? But that's not what happens. What happens is, and I did it myself, we get off on a rabbit trail, and we totally miss the point. Again, do we want the interpretation of man or the true words of the living God? From my heart, please pick the true words of the living God. Work on the interpretation after you've worked on what God actually said. God bless you and have a great day.